talk about some of the same themes like fun hearts and stuff. So I'm Matt Vohs. I'm a member of the board here, and one of the things that we discussed at the board is our desire to have more activities for families in Santa Clara, making Santa Clara a place that you can live and work, hopefully, and play. I recognize that this is not going to be applicable to everybody, and I've made some printouts of this presentation, so please feel free to take those and pass them on to anyone you know. I can take some to give to, what do you guys refer to where all the families are? It's like Kids Row.
Kids Row, yeah.
Kid Row, yeah, at Peace Village. So this is mostly kid stuff, but also just some general neighborhood stuff. And I'll make it quick because I also want to get out and do stuff in the sunshine. If I can figure out how to run this. So first we'll talk about free and drop-in stuff. I'm big on pictures, so I did a lot of pictures. There's a lot of content in this, so feel free to grab stuff. Or if you want me to email it to you, I can. Eugene Library Story Time is awesome. Any kids, or if you know anybody has kids, this is super fun. They do it not only at their downtown branch, but they do come out here. Times are listed here. They come out to Aubrey Park. There is an awesome group of librarians that do this reading. There's a guy named Mr. Rob, who is like a local celebrity in my house. He may as well be Mr. Rogers. He's so well known. And you see him out and around town, and my kids just light up. So that's a really cool thing. I didn't know that they actually came out and read at Aubrey Park.
I did not know.
And so when we found that out, I was like, are you kidding? We don't even know all the way down. So very good. The River Road Santa Clara Volunteer Library. Most people are probably familiar with that one. Jerry probably the most. But they have some really cool events coming up. They have their open house, and they have their big used book sale. And they also do toddler story times. And my kids love going to the volunteer library.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
There's a summer reading program from June to August.
Okay.
And they're going to have things at the library, but also working into nature around the river and outdoors.
Amazing. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
I have some brochures up.
Well, perfect. Thank you. And yeah, feel free. This is not an all-inclusive list. I put this together because there's so many times I've got a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, and there's so many times that I've woke up on a Saturday and you make breakfast and then you're like, we got to get out of the house. Like someone's going to kill somebody here, and it might be going to prison. And at that time, it's usually not the time to sit down and try and figure out what to do. So I wanted to make myself a list just to kind of have of stuff I could get us out of the house to do. So thank you very much. If you have other ideas, yeah, chime in. St. Matthews is doing a weekday play area, and a big shout out to St. Matthews on all of their stuff that they're doing. My son's been doing their Wednesday after school program, and he loves it. So they're going to be doing this weekday play area, and I think this is generally going to be for smaller kids, and you need to stay with them, but they do have coffee and tea over the adults. And then Joel just sent me this today. I haven't had a chance to review it, but it looks like they've got a whole bunch of fun stuff coming up, which not only is for kids, but there is also some adult stuff. And so again, I think you can find this on their website, or feel free to grab one of our flyers, but there is book swaps, toy swaps, all kinds of fun stuff that kids love to do. Just being around other kids, that's usually the most helpful thing for them. This was one that I hadn't heard of until recently. The music library that's downtown. My mother-in-law works at a preschool in town, and they went and visited this music library, and you can just play any instrument that you want. You can bring a whole bunch of kids. They have dedicated times for their open jams, and you can just try out anything. She said they have just boxes and boxes, and they have musicians that are down there that can kind of help them get on rhythm. She said the kids just had an amazing time with it. So I haven't personally been to that one, but I told her about this presentation. She said you got to include it. I imagine we'll spend a lot of time down there as kids get a little older. City of Eugene, I should mention, you know, in looking at all this, there are all these great organizations, St. Matt's, City of Eugene, these other nonprofits that are doing this stuff. Just hard to find it all in one area. One good place for out here is the Santa Clara Community Organization calendar. There is so much on that calendar. Is that Gary that keeps that thing up? I don't know how he finds everything, but there's a lot of cool stuff. Lane has great stuff for Riverville Park. But City of Eugene has a fun for all that they do. It's a drop-in program, so you don't have to schedule it. Looks like they just have some games and some arts, and they are going to be doing them basically all summer long. And so, you know, it's an easy way to spend a couple hours and have the kids not at home and with other adults and other kids. They're also doing movies in the park. We will definitely be doing some of these this year. We did last year because they're a little later than a 3-year-old wanted to be up. But City of Eugene, again, another free event. We had talked years ago about maybe doing movies in the park out here, and it's such a cool idea. It's just, I don't know. It's great. Santa Clara and the City of Eugene will be hosting the Aubrey Park concert, and we will have games, and we're also, we've confirmed we'll have face painting, kids art, and we'll have Renee's Loaded Fries and Kona Ice there with 3 bands. You'll be seeing a lot of stuff about that. Yeah.
What day is that again? August 2nd.
Is it not on there? Oh, I think it cut off. I made it last night on.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure, confirm that. Thank you.
I asked Gemini to make me a picture, and that's what I came up with.
That's a Saturday.
Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, what time was it?
It's 1 to 4:30.
1 to 4:30.
Emerald Park concerts. If you haven't been to those, they're a ton of fun. They do them on Thursdays, and then they also have the Sunday concerts, Sugar Beats, and we go to Satin Love Orchestra every year. That's a ton of fun. You'll see a few thousand of your neighbors from River Road, Santa Clara. I would recommend biking if you can, or try and get transportation, because you may as well just park up here. You're not parking anywhere close down there.
Get there early.
Yeah, it is a ton of fun though, and this is legitimately what it looks like. I couldn't believe it the first time we went there that our little neighborhoods could generate that many people, and every time we've been, there's been no bad experience at all. Awesome. We're also going to be doing some park nights. There's Kate at a park night at Arrowhead. There's Jerry's house, probably somewhere in the back. And so this is something we started doing a few years ago, where at first we were doing one every week, and it was a little too much. But there'll be at least 2. Scott's going to do one, Kate's going to do one. I'll be there for him. But it's generally this: we just get out a bunch of games. We have to go to Arrowhead because they've got to know us now. Every year when we've gone back, there's one particular kid that always comes back and asks us about, like, hey, I was wondering when you guys were going to come here. We usually get Oregon ice cream to donate ice cream. You know, that's not a guarantee, but it's usually a pretty fun time. Now, Santa Clara Park grand opening. I think we talked a little bit about that, and Peter had a picture of it. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, I would at least check it out, even if you don't have any family members going there. It is a super cool park. The city gets a lot of flack for stuff that they don't get right. They got this right. They did a really good job on this thing. But it's official grand opening, even though it's been open for a year. Be July 18th, 11 to 2. There's going to be food trucks, band. I gotta get on that, sorry. We'll have games there, pet parade with prizes, and the water feature is on. I can assure you there are a ton of kids in it every weekend.
The Parks Department is very responsive to any comments, complaints, or concerns.
Gotcha.
You call them up and they get right on it.
They've been doing a great job. When we passed you guys going out there last week, they were out there cleaning up, and you know they're doing a fantastic job with that place. It's really cool to see out there. The place that everyone said was kind of like the forgotten past out here. And wow, we've got this amazing park. The river parks. Most people here probably know them, but for people that don't, there's Highland Landing, there's Riverleaf 1 Park, and there is Whitley Landing. This is Whitley, and Highland's a pretty cool little walk out, and you kind of feel like you're way out in the city. You feel like you're way out in the country. I'd recommend checking all of those out. I haven't gone down to the river on Riverleaf 1 Park. Is it?
Yeah.
Is there
It's not a toddler.
friend?
Yeah. But it's slow and slack enough water that it's absolutely swimmable for adults. Yeah.
I get post up right about here for the last couple of years, and little floaties slow enough that you can just grab them as they go out too far. The playground park, so we already showed that we're gonna have the grand opening of the community park. There is also Aubrey Park that has a playground. Everyone's probably familiar with that. Arrowhead Park that has a playground, and Filbert Meadows Park, which is always really busy and a ton of fun. It has sand features. There's a big neighborhood right around Filbert Meadows, and so it's always got a lot of kids at it. There's also our natural parks, or undeveloped parks, whatever you want to call them. This is Ferndale with my son playing hide and seek. We got Wendover by Kate, Terra Linda, which is right across from me now, I guess. Ferndale, which is this one. Bobolink, we get Mary, I guess. Ruby down by Louie, and Lone Oak by Fred Meyer. They're all really, really fun, super cool, great place to go just hang out and enjoy some nature. This is another thing, this Beta Pop Music. It's not in River Road, Santa Clara. It's down in Sladden, but it's a really cool thing. We've done this since my kids were formed. And now for the paid and scheduled ones. Eugene Science Center, if you haven't taken kids there, it's a ton of fun. They have these planetarium shows that, like, whenever I've taken my kids there, their mind is blown because they don't get to stay up late enough to see
Real stars?
yes, see all the stars, and especially in that environment where they can run it through a time lapse and they show you what the sky would look like at different times of the year. My kids have loved it. They also do other like fun theme things in there. Yeah, they've got a whole planetarium show set up. Yeah, multiple shows every day. I didn't include a lot of summer camps in this because most summer camps are already full. But they do have summer camps, and a couple of those other organizations do too, but they're all full. Adventure Children's Museum is especially during the winter, it's a savior for me. It's in Valley River Center. It's upstairs. They converted some old shop. I don't know what it used to be, but they have basically almost 2 stores of toys and sensory activities and building. You can build blocks, and there is constantly 75 kids in there building with each other, knocking each other's stuff down. They also have recurring events. We've gone to a couple of those. They have a whole theater set up that they do for kids. They've got a bunch of musical instruments there too. They do different themes, and so there might be a theme of high-speed trains, and they'll have all kinds of exhibits on that, or a certain type of food. It's constantly changing, so every time you go there, it's cool. My kids.
You know what the admission cost is?
It is $7 per person, or $2.50 if you have EBT. And there's also a membership fee if you just want to become a member, like go there all the time. My family's been that since they were kids. I want to say it's $100 a year, but it's still worth it if you get, like, you know, we might be there 3 weekends a month during winter just because it's huge. You know, it's thousands and thousands of square feet, and it's all toys, and they even come by and help clean up with you, and so it saves the house. Gives it right when they leave, and they cry every time you leave. Oregon Air and Space Museum. I haven't been out to this one, but I would like to take my kids out there as they're getting a little bit older. It seems pretty cool. I looked through their website. They have some space exhibits and some different plane exhibits. One Pass. This will be for, like, it seemed like to me like teenagers or middle schoolers. They get, I don't even know how this works, but they get all of this stuff. It's basically once per day they can go to any of these places. The Eugene Science Center's on it, Get Air, the golf courses, Adventure Museum that we talked about, lots of the pools. It's $60, and it goes, I don't know if I put how long it goes. Get back to you on that, but it's like all summer long. It's crazy.
One of those every day, or you can go to every one of those once a day?
Yep, every one of those once a day. Okay. So you just set them on LTD bus and say, go wild, go to each of these. Especially because, yeah, I could do that.
And LTD bus pass is included with that, right?
I believe so, yeah.
I think it is, yeah.
They should, market that to retire people.
Yeah, I mean, it's got
Yeah.
it's got, the Emeralds game, the Science Center,
Uh-huh.
Get Air trampoline park, although I think it was Gary Gillespie that hurt himself at that.
They probably don't ask for ID.
Yeah. Footing Art Studio, I don't know how long this has been around, but, we checked it out. They're on, South River Road, kind of down by, 911 River Road. I don't know what cross street would be, but kind of down by the South Dairy Mart.
It's gotta be this side of, Park Avenue.
That's East
It's
Main or
because
the South.
The old River Road School was 1,000 River Road.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's gotta be down about, Sunnyside LK.
Yeah, okay, yeah. My kids have gone there, they loved it. We also had them come out to, we did, the parent teacher organization had them come to Aubrey Park and set up a thing, and they're gonna be coming to our Aubrey Park concert and setting up stuff, but they've got a really cool thing, and I'm told that the teacher that puts it on is just amazing. There are some summer camps that I did find that were, I think, still available. So River Road Parks has a ton of summer camps. A ton of different adventure, themed, summer camps. They are paid and they are fairly spendy, but. Jordan Schnitzer Museum, this is probably a little older than my kids be doing, but there is some like animals around the world. There's some teen stuff. They also have their standard stuff, but this was their stuff that they had dedicated for kids this summer. And then Lane County Fair, everyone I'm sure knows about that. Fair ride, there's a ton of concerts coming. There'll be the bull riding, the dogs, tractor pull. There's going to be comedians and princesses at the Family Fun stage, so I'm sure that we will be there for the princesses show. I will be there for the princesses show. And there's a seniors ice cream social this year. 35th annual Eugene Pro Rodeo. They've got a theme each night also. We might be trying to do a family day, go back in town. And then additional resources and calendars. So Early Childhood Hub, they have all this and more on their website. Eugene Cascades and Coast has some other stuff that I didn't get listed because I kind of ran out of time. Our website has the calendar and a bunch of stuff. River Road Parks has a ton of great stuff. Eugene Rec and Glen Lane. And that's the presentation on what you can read.
I mean, the other thing that we found
Yeah.
is Eugene Weekly. We found some really amazing, like we
Oh,
went
and the
to
calendar.
the University of Oregon Symphony for $10.
Yeah.
No one was there. It was 2-hour long, great show. Just really,
It's a great point.
yeah. So that.
Yeah. Cool.
Very comprehensive. Well, enjoy these times because they go really fast.
Yeah, that's what they say. I keep hearing the days are long, but the years are short. And those Saturdays where you need one of these to go do, those days feel like they're a year long themselves.
My grandkids come up and they go to the Valley River deal. They love it.
Yeah, the Adventure Museum.
But unfortunately, they're no longer 8 and 10, they're now 10 and 12. And so the level of interest.
There's that one pass and how long here's some.
Yeah, well, that's pretty good.
So let me ask you about, we used to frequent like Whitley Landing and Highland Landing. Recent years, I mean, do you feel safe here?
I haven't had a problem at Whitley or Heidelman, personally. I feel like I've been probably going to them for maybe 15 years now.
Yeah, we haven't had a long time. So, like, we used to take our kids down.
Heidelman gets a little more secluded, obviously, the further back you get, but the worst thing I ran into was a bunch of teenagers that turned out they were just fishing. I was worried that they were gonna be out there doing some hooligan stuff, and then they all got their backpacks out and pulled out fishing rods. I was like, oh, look what I was worried about. I'm that person now.
A lot of families use Highland because the river shifted and now it's got a little more flow through right there by the landing. And because it's a long walk from the parking lot, a lot of the, like, 5 o'clock, I'm off work, young 20-something male with a pit bull isn't parking and using it like they use Whiteland Landing so much. Because if you go like right at the end of a work day, you can have a crowd at Whiteland Landing, which makes it a little less comfortable to have your family there, but it's never felt dangerous. It's just been a little bit like, oh, this is.
And they're usually in the parking lot or
Uh-huh.
at that picnic bench that's off to the right. It seems like as soon as you go down the trail to get, no one's
there's
making the
nobody.
effort to go
Yeah.
down the trail unless they're trying to actually enjoy the river. If you go in there and there's like 6 old beater trucks that are all parked, like, yeah, they're gonna be up to something, but I just stay to the left side of them.
They're just drinking beer, listening to music and throwing sticks into the river for their dogs.
And
No one's ever,
drinking beer and then getting on river.
yeah.
You miss Terry's remarks?
Well, Terry, why don't you talk to us?
No, that's not bad.
Why don't I?
Let's hear you.
Let's hear you.
Which side do you have? Oh.
I can give a little more information about the concert if that's helpful.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And Matt, thank you so much for coming up with that flyer. That was awesome. You gotta love Gemini. You put a I'm so impressed. Okay, so I guess just a quick update on the 4th annual Santa Clara concert in the park. It's happening at Aubrey Park Sunday, August 2nd, which you talked about, from 1 to 4:30 p.m. Co-hosted between SCCO and the city of Eugene, which is so nice to have them as co-hosts. We're in great shape right now. This is going to be a really fun, free community event. And like Matt was saying, we have 3 bands confirmed. The first one is Chad Jensen and the West Coast Rhythm. Second is Bad Reputation. And the third is Ripple Vision, who we showcased last year. So whether you enjoy rhythm and blues, rock and roll, or funk, you're going to love this celebration. It's going to be so fun. Like Matt was saying, we also have the 2 food trucks, Renee's Loaded Fries and Kona Ice of North Eugene, plus plenty of family activities, including face painting, Pudding Art Studio, which Matt hooked us up with, and various games for kids. Also several local groups, the city, the Santa Clara Community Foundation, the Volunteer Library, Irving Grange, and BSA Troop 182. And I believe that they're bringing their axe throwing game again, which is a huge hit with the kiddos last year. So we did get approval through the city to have that one. I don't know if we didn't get it last year, but we have it. And then SCCO is also paying for the first 100 Shave Ice treats, which will be a big draw for the community. And we're still waiting on getting information to see if LTD will support us by offering those free rides again. But in any case, like Kate was saying, volunteers, we need you, and it's a fun thing to help out with. So we hope to see you there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Terry.
You bet.